What's up, y'all? This is Britt Jones with Throwback Country Music. We are at June Jam, Alabama, but sitting next to me is the legend, the icon, and I'm telling you right now, he is awesome. I've seen him live, Mr. Eddie Montgomery of Montgomery Gentry. He's here, y'all.
What's happening?
What's going on?
Oh, not much, man.
Man, I'm so excited. I forgot. I was going to tell you this earlier. I'll be at your fan club party next week.
Oh, killer.
I'm going. I'm doing some stuff with Allie Colleen, and so we got that hooked up. And she's like, "You want to go to fan club party?" And I was like, "Yeah, Eddie Montgomery, shoot yeah." So we're excited about that.
Come
Third
on,
and
brother.
Lindsay, man.
Come on.
I've never been to Third and Lindsay.
Well,
This is my first time.
We'll try to sing something that don't suck.
Oh, it ain't gonna suck, man. Let's see. So I'm digging this song, and I know you've had it out for a little while, but it's the cost of being me with Brian Martin. How did that come about? Because it's such a good song.
You know, man, I tell you what. Of course, as soon as I heard, I knew it was Bobby Pinson, man. Me and him have been buddies for ever and ever and ever. And love him to death, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a hell of a songwriter and an artist.
He wrote that.
And, yeah.
Oh,
and,
wow.
So you know, when Brian come to me, I met Brian. We was doing some media stuff.
Yeah.
He was there, and me and him kind of hung out together. We're kind of cut from the same cloth, you know, honky-tonkers and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Country as hell. So,
Yeah.
me and him kind of hooked up, and next thing I know, man, he's asking if I'd be interested in doing this song. I'm like, well, hell yeah, I'd love to do it, you know, because I knew the song, and I absolutely love the song, man.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
Don't say it no better than that now.
It's so good. I feel like more people need to hear that dang song. It's so
Yeah, it's
good.
not really, I reckon, what they call radio friendly, but
Screw radio. Man, you've had a good career, though. You and Troy with radio. Y'all have had so many great hits.
yeah, man,
So many anthems.
That's one thing I got to say, man. Radio's been really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, we don't never call nobody fans. We call them friends.
Yeah.
We've been lucky enough, man, and we got friends all over the world, man, where we've been around. So
That's awesome, man.
I love it. It's our 25th year this year, which I can't
That's
believe.
crazy. That to
Yeah.
me, that is mind blowing.
Yeah, me too.
I
That's
remember
what
when y'all
saying.
came out. You know, I was talking to Mark Wills just a few minutes ago, and he was like, "Yeah, I started when I was 22," and he's 50 now. And I was like, "You got your first single at 22." It just flies by. Let me ask you this, Eddie. How special is it to be doing a festival with the iconic Alabama? Is it pretty cool just to be asked to,
Oh, man. It's unreal because, you know, of course, me and John Boy, or John Michaels, everybody knows him, my brother, and T-Roy, you know, we kind of grew up in the honky-tonks and the bars, man. So, you know, we sang all that. You know, of course, I make a joke about it. My mom was a drummer, dad was a guitar player, and the bartenders were our babysitters. So, you know, time we were 8, because honky-tonk musicians don't make a whole lot of money.
Right.
So, time we were 8, we were roadies. We were going in, setting up the drums and all this stuff.
Your parents were in music?
Oh, yeah. They were honky-tonk musicians.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, we got to hear all this stuff. Plus, we got to hear all the older stuff, you know, the Hank Snow stuff. You know, and all. We was doing Merle Haggard and stuff back, you know, when my dad and mom was playing music. Of course, me and John Boy kind of got into band full time when we was 12.
That's
so
crazy.
we was playing honky tonks, and I mean back then there were bars.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so we seen a lot of things we probably shouldn't have seen.
Yeah.
Back then. But you know what? It worked out for a reason. And it's just awesome, man. Playing with all these iconic artists and stuff, and it's unbelievable because, you know, I always remember somebody asked me and T-Roy and John Boy one time, said, "Well, what do y'all want to get out of it once your career's all you said it's said and done?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, here's what I think. If you can go over in a honky tonk somewhere and walk over to a jukebox, you see Bob Seger, you see Merle Haggard, Waylon, Willie, Charlie Daniels, and Leonard Skinner. And if our name's somewhere in the middle of that, I can say we made it. You know, we said, well, we must have got there. And the great Keith Whitley, of course.
That sent chills over me just saying
So, but that's what you want, because you know you made it if you made it on the jukebox.
No doubt. I love that. Oh, God, it's a song right there.
Yeah.
You know you made it if you made it on jukebox.
Yeah, I heard
We'll
that.
edit that part out in case you want to write that one. Hey, real quick, the podcast that I have, it's just blown up, but my passion about it, Eddie, is 80s and 90s, and I love honoring those legends and icons, you know. And of course you and Troy were all, in the 2000s, of course, too. But and I'm such a passionate fan about the Grand Ole Opry. I love it. I love studying the history of it. I get to go backstage next Saturday for Lori's 40th. I'll be doing some stuff with her. And I was telling Mark, I love just peeking in those rooms and just looking on the walls. You are a member of the Opry.
Yes, I am.
How? I know you probably get asked this all the time, but is it still give you when you go?
Man. Every time you step in that circle, and I tell you, matter of fact, they got a saying back there that my dad always told me and my brother. Always said, I don't care how many awards you got, don't care whatever you get, but you ain't made it in country music until you become a member of the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just flat. That's flat it. I mean, that's it. That's what country music's always been about. And it's just, of course, I know it's all got to change and stuff with the modern day music and stuff like that. But the Opry still is the mother church of country. And
who invited y'all that night? Do you remember who?
Yeah, Charlie Daniels.
It was Charlie. Okay,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man, because I tell you, it was wild as hell because we were up there singing, and they said, Little Jimmy was on right before us, Little Jimmy Dickens.
Oh, man.
And he got to telling his jokes, and he got to telling his stories. And they said, well, Jimmy's going a little long, so we might have to cut a song. And it's like, that's fine with us. So we went out there and started singing. And I remember we went to go into our last song, and all at once we hear this, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. And we're looking around, we're like, well, they're cutting us off. It must be, time, And all at once we see this big shadow, man, coming down through the middle of the aisle. We can't see because all the lights are on our face. And it's Charlie Daniels, man. And he comes up and he invites us. As a matter of fact, our 15th year is getting ready to come up. So
you gonna be there? I mean, so you'll do a 15-year.
Yeah,
oh man.
Do that. So it's
is that a tough thing for you?
Pretty awesome. Yeah,
for
man.
That night,
I love all the achievements we got, man.
Yeah.
Me and T-Roy was just me and T-Roy.
Yeah.
And that's what it was all about. And so it was about the music.
Yeah.
It was about the camaraderie with everybody. And we all didn't get into it to be like stars. We got into it because our families, then Troy's dad owned a bar.
Really?
And so, So that's the way, that's the way we kind of grew up.
That's
and
awesome.
so it was just, part of it was just like going and asking somebody, well, what do you do? Well, I'm an auto body worker. Well, I work in a factory. Well, I work in a nightclub.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we're musicians. So and thank God, man, that if it wasn't for all our friends around the world, man, that supported us, we wouldn't be here sitting here doing this interview right now.
Oh, yeah.
So we're very, very blessed and very, very lucky.
And y'all stuff went far beyond the United States. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, man. We've been very, very blessed and very, very lucky, man. And it's, like I said, we've got to go around the world playing for our troops, got to play everywhere. And, we love it, still love it, And I made T-Roy a promise, man. Of course, we made each other a promise. And I ain't going to lie about it. It was over quite a bit of Jim Beam. And we said, if either one of us ever go down, man, we want the other one to keep the MG name going.
Good
and
Lord,
so we're gonna keep the MG brand going, baby.
Oh, that gets me right there.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's not a day that don't go by we don't miss him.
And he loves it though. He's
he's out here with us. He pulls. I swear to God, I know he pulls pranks on us all.
You've seen stuff.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, all of us. When we've thing about it is we've all of us guys now been together. Of course, I always make a joke about it when I'm on stage. We've been together 25 years or more, and I started with him when I was 4. So I just want to let everybody know that I started with him when I was 4. So I'm a lot younger than them.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, I'll close with this, and this is a cool little question. If in the history of all albums or artists ever made in the studio, if you could go and be in the studio for one album, rock, country, whatever, what album would you go into and just be like the fly on the wall while they're making that magic? Is there one?
Oh, gosh.
I know, man. I know. I just love
Now, here's what I'm going to say. I would love to have been around and have been a fly on the wall at the Hill House, Charlie Daniels Bus, Hill House with Skinner and all of them.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine all this
I
stuff?
couldn't imagine. No.
With Merle Haggard and Waylon and Willie on the buses out there.
The Highwayman album?
Oh, the
Could you
Highwayman. I'm just
imagine?
listening to them. just sitting back on a fly on the wall and listen to, because you know, I mean, besides the iconic parties you've heard about.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're iconic writing, man. And
No
I mean,
doubt.
that's what it is, and that's one thing it seemed like, and it might not, you know, because I wasn't around a bunch of them back then but it just seemed like, you know, their camaraderie was so awesome, man. Everybody hanging, kind of like everybody's I've been out here hanging around.
Oh yeah, it's cool. You get to see old buddies and stuff.
Yeah. So it's that's pretty cool, man. And
I love that answer. That's a good answer.
I can't say it any other way, man. I love it, man, because that's what it's all about.
You're an Opry member. You're a legend. Don't ever let anyone tell you any different. You're an icon. I'm serious, man. You got it. You got it. And I'm proud just to get to meet you and all that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Maybe one day we'll get a good exclusive interview and we'll get talking more about this stuff. That's
awesome. Good to me, brother. Anytime.
And I'll see you next week too. Next Thursday.
Thursday or Friday?
No, it's Thursday. Yeah.
I think it is right. Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday at 30 Minutes. So excited about that, man. Thank you for joining the show.
No, thank you for having me, brother. Anytime.
All right, we'll see you soon.